Hello and welcome to your Monday edition of the Sports Report. I'm your host, Jace Andrews. Several OSU sports were in action over the weekend. I will have the recap of all those events and a look ahead at what to expect for Cowboy and Cowgirl sports this week. All this and more coming up right here on the Sports Report. Your 4th-ranked Cowgirl Equestrian team was in action this weekend, taking on the 6th-ranked TCU Horned Frogs. Just a week after defeating the top-ranked Auburn Tigers, your Cowgirls kept the hot streak going as they defeated the Horned Frogs 12-6. With the win, the Cowgirls moved to 3-0 on the season, already defeating 3 top 10 teams. The Cowgirls will be back in action November 5th and 6th, where they will travel to Fresno, California to take on number 7 Fresno State and number 3 SMU. Sadly, the Cowboy football winning streak came to an end this weekend. The Cowboys lost to the Iowa State Cyclones 24-21 in a heartbreaker. This was the 7th straight game between these two foes decided by a touchdown or less. Looking on the bright side, Spencer Sanders had an amazing game throwing for 225 yards and 3 touchdowns. Brennan Presley also played great, catching 2 touchdowns. The Cowboys will look to bounce back this weekend, taking on the Kansas Jayhawks for homecoming. For a full recap of this weekend's game, make sure you tune into the Daily O today at 5. Both Cowboy and Cowgirl tennis teams wrapped up their ITA regional championships this weekend. The Cowboys finished their weekend up in Nebraska on Saturday with Luke Hammond and Max Verboven highlighting the event. The duo reached the quarterfinals round in doubles, but unfortunately fell short there. The Cowgirls also had a strong showing with the duo of Ayumi Miyamoto and Daria Dukovskia advancing to the quarterfinals in Iowa. Next step for the Cowboys is the Bakersfield Future taking place all this week. The Cowgirls, on the other hand, have a week break before continuing their fall season. Cowgirl Soccer was also in action this weekend, taking on the Longhorns down in Austin. The Cowgirls fell to Texas 2-1. This moves the Cowgirls to 8-6-3 on the season, and this loss broke a 9-game win streak against the Longhorns. OSU will get the chance to bounce back this Thursday as they will take on the West Virginia Mountaineers in the final game of the regular season. ESPN Plus will have the coverage. The World Series is set. The Houston Astros will be taking on the Atlanta Braves in this year's rendition of the Fall Classic. This is the 3rd trip in 5 years for the Astros, who will be trying for their 2nd ever Commissioner's Trophy. The Braves, on the other hand, reached the World Series for the first time since 1999. The first game of this 7-game series takes place tomorrow in Atlanta. First pitch is set for 7:09. Both men's and women's golf teams are traveling over to Atlanta this week to take part in the East Lake Cup. This will be a 3-day event and will wrap up the fall season for both teams. The Cowboys and Cowgirls were extended an invitation to this tournament based off their 2021 seasons. Day 1 for this tournament is today. You can find live scoring at golfstat.com, and as always, you can keep up with the team at Cowboy and Cowgirl Golf Twitter. That's all I have for you today. I'm Jace Andrews. Make sure you tune into the Sports Report all week for updates on your Cowboy and Cowgirl sports. Have a great Monday, and as always, go Pokes.